He doesn't speak to be heard. He speaks to mean something. You might miss him at first glance, the quiet one, the chill one, the different one. But Vernon is not someone who fades. He's someone who stays, in the background, in the music, in your mind. Because once you really see him, you realize, he's not detached. He's deeply aware. Vernon doesn't force attention. He watches. He listens. He processes. Psychology calls this reflective processing, a trait found in people who think before they speak, feel before they show, and live more in observation than performance. That's Vernon. Not cold. Just selective, with energy, words, people. And maybe that's why when he does speak, it hits harder.
Pull up on the bucket, all of these streets pumping 부석수. Let's go. 말만 맡아 얘네들과 못내 직소리. Don't know how to appreciate 고 백 못해 sorry. 보통 터져 대굴 but we're not sorry. 우리 무슨 관이 성님 무슨 연체.
Vernon grew up between worlds. Korean, American, idol, outsider. He was never just one thing, and never fully fit anywhere. But instead of picking a side, he chose to be fully himself. This is what psychologists call integrated identity, the ability to hold all your contradictions without splitting yourself into pieces. He's not trying to explain who he is. He's just existing in it, and that, in itself, is powerful. Vernon doesn't just write lyrics. He creates windows into his thoughts, his humor, his philosophies, and sometimes his pain. His flow is effortless, but his intent is sharp. He raps like someone who's not trying to impress, but trying to be honest. In expressive therapy, this is called narrative clarity, when people use creative forms to make sense of a complex inner world. That's what Vernon's artistry is, a quiet, clever, and intentional act of self-definition.
So now I realize 이러다가 나 홀로 남을 거야. I don't know what to do. We go my goal. What's do? My king, we so back in your phone volume will keep on. I don't wanna be alone. It's 지기 싫어. So I'ma sing the song. Anybody to go.
People call Vernon laid back, but it's not laziness. It's detachment from ego. He's not chasing the spotlight, not caught in the chaos. He stays grounded, not because he doesn't care, but because he knows who he is without needing to prove it. This is called internal self-anchoring in psychology, when your worth comes from within, not from applause. And that's why he can be so calm, so real, in a world full of noise. Vernon doesn't try to be the center. He just builds worlds around himself, through words, music, and quiet presence. He's not the type to demand attention. He's the type who earns respect. He reminds us, you don't need to shout to be heard. You don't need to perform to be true. And sometimes, the ones who speak the least, carry the most. If Vernon ever made you feel understood without saying much, comment below. His silence speaks for me. And let us know, who's the next story you want us to explore.
감사합니다.
더 단체곡 있어?
Oh summer 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 Oh summer 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 전부 벗어나 into the wild. 네 좋아요. 네.
네, 괜찮으시면 헤드셋 할게요.
네. 전부 벗어나 into the wild. 그들 기준 부합하지 마 이 시간을. 우리 새벽은 더 뜨겁고 날이 밝으면 the world is ours. 네, 전
괜찮으세요?
좋습니다. 네.